rights, privileges, and responsibilities of United States citizenship.
It gives me great pleasure to grant that motion. I'm going to ask that you all stand now while the clerk of the court administers the oath.
Raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform non-combatant service in the armed forces of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. Thank you. You may be seated.
Let me be the first one to congratulate you all. We know what a great deal of work it takes to be seated where you are today. And some of us who have been lucky enough to be born here but didn't have to go through that process are the ones that really appreciate the work that you've done. I also want to tell you that I followed along the words of the oath. Those of you that may have watched the recent presidential swearing in found out that it didn't go quite right, and they had to do it again. But I can assure you that your oath was fine, and all the words were done in the right order, and once is going to be enough for each and every one. Before I go much farther, I'm not going to do all the announcements, but I do want you to see something that is sitting here on the front row, one that's sitting on the front row, because I think you'll appreciate the view here. This is an extraordinary uniform that we have seated here. We have the Washington chapter of the Sons of the American Revolution that have contributed greatly to the program today, and we have one of their members, and he is attired. In an authentic uniform that was worn during the Revolutionary War. I knew that you want to see that at this point. I didn't know whether he'd be able to stay with us through the whole program, and I didn't want you to miss that. At this time, I'm going to turn to a member of the bar of this court to give us a brief welcome and discussion to you about your new position. Mr. Conrad Dudin is a member, as I say, of the bar of this court and a practicing lawyer here in Wichita, and I'll ask him this time to
Thank you, Mr. Bosley. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm honored to be here with you today as you take your final step to becoming a citizen of the United States of America. And I'd like to share with you some thoughts about citizenship that are inspired by this ceremony. 44 years